that sequence. Now, one other thing to understand, what most people do is they're trying to control this club head, not via the grip and the setup, which is what you really need to practice 90% of it. They try and control it in the swing. So consequently, they're thinking of the club head all the time, which means the bottle goes all over the place and everything. When you hit the ball well, all this golf club is a stiff hose pipe. If I said you stand in your garden and swing a hose pipe so it's stiff here, you know, this arc, downswing arc, the ball's at 7, the low point is 6, and both arms are straight at 4. If I said swing a hose pipe so it swishes between 7 and 4, you'll all be able to do it. And that's all we're doing with a golf club. Now, you don't try and control it, because as soon as you control it, if you go back too quick, the hose pipe will lasso you. If you go back too slow, it's dangling. As soon as you move, it goes stiff too soon. So all you're doing in golf is you want a tension that allows you to swing the hose pipe. Now, I haven't got a hose pipe, so I'm going to use this towel. If I go at this, trying to hit it with the tip, I can't do much damage. If I wind up to get the towel accelerating here, I can knock that pole away. And that's the feel you want with a golf shot. So you almost feel like a drunk octopus. Not that I know what a drunk octopus feels like, but that's the impression. Or if you think you've got a ball and chain or a conker, when you're trying to control the ball and chain or the conker as you swing it, as soon as you make an effort, it's stiff too soon. In other words, you've let all the energy go. And if you go too slow, you can hit your object, but you can't do much damage. You appear to be out of control, but that's when you can do the most accurate hit. It's dynamic feel, and that's what you've got to build up. So it's building up these things. What controls the swing? Left hand controls the club face, right hand controls the club head. Your alignments here, the wide bending from the hips, tailbone high, ball off the collar of the shirt, elbows opposite the hips. Widen the feet for balance, so you've got a yak position. Low point is underneath here. You're swinging to meet the ball on the way to the low point. From this angle, wide bending from the hips, tailbone high. You've got your alignment distance, you've got your balance. That dictates the path you swing at. You're sending the beam of light along the edge of the football pitch, back down the football pitch and through, or the rugby pitch or hockey pitch. Practicing those things is going to develop your game. Taking a shortcut trying to manipulate isn't. The territory we've just set out there is the club swings on an arc, on an incline angle. Your grip controls the club head. Your body controls the angle you swing that arc, you swing the club on the arc. There's no shortcuts, that's the territory. I'll give you some maps and some little tricks or movements to help you build that. It's then just down to practice and sticking to that and building that up. And as you do that, you'll then start to understand ball flight. The ball never lies, the field does. Why tour players are consistent, it's not a secret. It's just practicing these fundamentals, understanding their fundamentals. They've got the 4 knuckles, but how's their knuckles add up? Is it 2.5, 1.5? Is it 2-2? Is it 1-3? Know your grip, know your posture, know your setup. If you do those things consistently, you get a consistent shot. Then you can play around the ball position to get the consistent shot you want. Most people come along for lessons, they want consistency. But they can't get consistency because they're not consistent setting up. Your address routine, 90% of the golf shot is how you've set up over that ball and how you've planned the shot you want to hit. So the first thing to do is get a consistent shot. Once you've got a consistent shot, it might not be the one you want, but it's consistent, then you can manipulate the ball position slightly to get the intended shot, or your posture or your alignment. And then once you've got that, you learn what you do. The tour player's good because they loosen up before they go out. When they're loosening up, they're working out what they need to do to get their normal flight. So to us, it looks like they're doing the same thing. They're thinking of different things, feeling different things, but to us it looks the same. They could play 4 rounds and have 4 different thoughts or feelings each day, or they might have 8 or 12 different feelings during the course of 4 rounds of golf. They're just developing it, but what they do, the ball dictates where it's going. And if you understand, all this ball does is it knows the angle you're coming in at, the speed you're coming in at, and the path you're delivering it at. From that, it will react. The first thing is learn these basics and build that up. Okay, so here's some basic geometry for the beginner and some more advanced for the good player. This is my target line. And imagine I'm in the middle of the football pitch here. The low point of my swing is there. The ball I'm playing, so as I address it, I've got the ball, I'm widening my feet for balance. The low point's opposite my collar of my shirt, the ball's back a bit here. What you'll see from that is as I trace the laser beam along the touch line, the club is actually working on an arc. So I go back to the top. Now I unwind down, I'm coming back through that arc. I meet the ball here on the way to my low point there, and then come back through again around an arc. So some checkpoints for a good player. As you take the club away, if you extend this whole arc, imagine this is angled up, we've got some chords. As I take the club back, there's a chord here. So this club is square to the arc, the beam's facing it, and we're at this angle. And all release is having gone back from there, if I'm doing my quarter swing, I've got here, that's my address, that's my impact position. There's address, as I turn back, straight away I'm in my impact position. Now all I do is turn through, make impact. As I carry on going through, I'm square underneath here as I've released in the club, and through, and I'm going round, and I've got a chord this side. If I go back further to halfway, I'm now there, up to the top of the swing, back down, laying that over halfway, my eye line's up here, my hands are over there. As I'm doing that, parallel to the ground, now I match the chord. See how the hand's under the low point, meet the ball to low point, and now come back up and round. If I took that further and this was at an angle, I'm now swinging on this chord, which is basically going off at this angle, and that gives me that angle there. You can see that's basically the golf swing, and that's why you're hitting from the inside out. So I extend this line here, that's now my touch line, there's my centre line, line up, the ball location will be here, swinging on this arc, there's my ball location, I swing back tracing this target line here, all the way to infinity to where that flag is. You can see the club's moving inside, that will be the parallel chord. I go to a quarter swing, there's my quarter chord. Now I just turn, I meet the ball, my hands are now at the low point, the club's behind slightly, that flower, whatever comes through, which knocks the sand straight, but I'm carrying on around my arc. At this point I've matched the chord here, at this point I've matched the chord there. So that's the key to golf. There's the target line, the laser beams are following the target line, the flow, the lag, the leverage, whatever you're going to call it. There's the ball, we've addressed the ball, on the wide bending from our hips, to the feet for balance. We go back, laser beam tracing that line, club come in on an arc. We're owning that part of the ground. We come into the ball, we're on the chord, we come in here, turn, meet the ball. As we meet that and go to low point here, see the hand's already at low point, the club now catches up to low point here as I go through it. The sand of the ball goes straight, the club carries on up around this line. If you can get that in your mind, you can really move your golf ball and start playing well. Here's that target line again, here. There's the target line. That's my low point, the centre of the football pitch. My ball's slightly behind that on the arc. As I set up over the ball, wide bending from the hips, feet for balance. I go back, I'm tracing, my laser beam's tracing that line. The club is coming in. I now come back down, my hands are at low point already. I'm swinging my hands. My hands appear when I make contact over here somewhere. As I go there, I meet the ball to the low point, which knocks the ball or the sand forward, but see where my club's going? Around the arc. And that's why we meet the inside back corner of the ball. Your eyes on the inside back corner of the ball, your attention's in your hands. Direct the hands, and that'll get the ball going.